day, why the hell you want to be around a bunch of motherfuckers having a staring contest?
Right.
When I'm flexing on you for about to pay 10x how much a fucking beverage and elixir costs in the fucking liquor store, and go over there and they're gonna charge you $1 million for a bottle of Casamigos in 1942. Get the fuck out of here. I could do this in my living room, call some friends over, have a gathering, no weirdos around, play some cards, some crazy eights, call it a day. Y'all could smoke in peace, y'all could chill, we could crack jokes on each other in peace. It ain't, but that's just where I'm at.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I would like to give the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing his word across the four corners of the world. And as you just saw from these two opening videos of the club scene back within the 90s, and also the club scene within modern times. And as you can see, two total different vibrations, two total different frequencies. With the vibe back then within the 90s, as you can see, people were more socially engaged, more friendlier, more equipped to dance and not just be all into themselves, just having a good, innocent, fun time. So you compare that era within the 90s to modern times, it's really like night and day. And I was just watching different videos concerning this topic and reading more comments as well on why modern club culture is now dying. And a lot of people were saying or commenting due to the clubs are now closing early, no socializing, no dancing. And I saw a lot of different comments were saying when the club promoters started adding the VIP sections and the bottle services, which has always been overpriced, and that took away one of the main attractions, which was the dance floor. And another major factor that caused the club scene to die out gotta be the internet and social media. And as you can see in modern times concerning social media, like everyone thinks they're the main attraction. More people heads are down all into their phones instead of enjoying the actual moment, which took away the aspect of socializing or mingling, dancing. And the guys be up in there having a stare-off contest, and the females, they be all huddled up. If they are dancing, they will be dancing on one another. So for the men who are very careful how they spend their money, they'll be like, what's the point going out when you see the females doing this or acting like this? Which took away the value away from the club culture. So with this new generation, which is Generation Z, they are more inclined to stay at home, especially due to the pandemic situation where that caused more people to be inside their homes. In this particular generation, they would just rather have a home-based social gathering or a house party over the traditional high-energy club scene. And also concerning this Generation Z, they do not consume alcohol compared to the late 90s and the early 2000 era. A lot of them are more health conscious, and a lot of them would rather opt out and smoke weed or just pop pills. But the point of the matter is how Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is striking these prideful Americans with that harsh reality. Concerning the current problems going on within America, from a political aspect, a social aspect, and also a financial aspect. And that's causing a lot of Americans to be more hopeless. They have nothing to look forward to, but more gloom and doom. And that's the times that we're in. And if you are spiritually measuring the times diligently within itself, then you can see how Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is extracting the mirth from this American society. And he's incorporating more of a serious tone out here within America, to the point where a lot of people do not have the time or the financial means to party or hit up the club scenes. So again, we're within those times. And that takes me to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. And as you can see from the heading, a time for everything. So to everything, there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Like for example, this American society ruled by Esau Edom has been established or rooted in wickedness, a lot of innocent bloodshed, rape, robbery, idolatry, immorality, just anti-Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai behavior. And now we are within those times that this party city, aka America, is ripe for the taking. And this American society will never regain that momentum again, regardless what Nero stated in his State of Union speech. The Most High stated, "It's no healing Babylon." So again, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And a part of that plucking up is by Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is setting that serious tone out here via these draconian measures upon the inhabitants of the world, especially here within America, where these American people do not have that spirit to party out here. And if they are doing it, a lot of times it be forced, or they are trying to escape reality. You will see a lot of people will mention that on the comment boards, like regarding videos like this. Like if they do stay at home, they wish they would go out. And once they do go out, then they wish that they was at home. So Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is removing the mirth from this American society. Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And according to Isaiah 24 verse 10, it goes into how the city of confusion, referencing to America or Babylon the Great, is broken down. And it's being broken down from a spiritual or a moral aspect, a financial or economical aspect, and very, very soon, a physical aspect via World War III, and also the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, along with his heavenly hosts, the angels. And from a physical aspect, this American society is going to be so broken down post World War III that it's going to be likened unto a great desert. And that time to build up can be referenced unto that righteous vibration of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, that sound that has gone throughout the whole earth via this glorious and holy gospel. And that's by the new upcoming law enforcement upon this planet earth, the house of David, as is stated within 2 Samuel 3, how the house of David waxed stronger and stronger. So for that spectrum, we are witnessing a kingdom being broken down, or a kingdom that's dying, about to be soon plucked up, which represents the left. But to balance it out on that right-hand side, the inhabitants of the earth directly or indirectly is witnessing a kingdom being translated from one people to another. And again, that's the house of David being planted. Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. So again, if you are measuring the times diligently within itself, you can see that spiritual climate right now, a time of weeping and also a time of mourning, where the hype of America, it's not it anymore. And when you watch these different nostalgia videos on social media, especially concerning the early 90s, the late 90s, or the early 2000s, then you will see a lot of people will comment how they wish they can go back to those times, like those good times. And it puts them in a very sorrowful or a grieving spirit when they do watch these type of nostalgia videos. So therefore, that's bringing more of that aspect, a time to weep and a time to mourn. Like people are not happy anymore. You can go about within your day-to-day, whether you are grocery shopping or you just out and about, then you will see people are not socializing. More people are within that dismal and dreary spirit. They do not know if they are coming or going. Like these people are lost in the sauce out here. And they cannot spiritually pinpoint on why these catastrophic events around the world are occurring, and to be able to link it up with the volume of the book. So therefore, these Americans are very hopeless. And when you read 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter and the 12th verse, it goes into how Egypt, which is referring to these modern Americans, shall mourn. And that's the harsh reality out here, where people are not joyous or not within that celebratory spirit. Like look at the holidays within 2025 concerning Thanksgiving and Christmas. These Americans, for the majority part, were not within that holiday spirit. Like they were barely telling you so-called Merry Christmas. So this American glory is fading away. And as is stated within Revelation, the 18th chapter and the 23rd verse, how the light of a candle should shine no more at all in thee. And that takes me to Isaiah chapter 24 verses 4-9 within the GNT, the Good News Translation. And it says, the earth dries up and withers, the whole world grows weak, both earth and sky decay. The people have defiled the earth by breaking the Most High's laws and by violating the covenant he made to last forever. And that people is definitely referencing to the tabernacle of Esau Edom, who are considered as the main workers of iniquity, beginning with these international bankers. And by Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah appointing the earth to be within the hand of the wicked. And when you read the book of Psalm, the 50th chapter, the 16th and the 17th verse, it goes into how the wicked hated instruction and how they cast the Most High's words behind them. And that wicked vibration, which are nothing but sorceries or enchantments, has integrated into the inhabitants of the world. As it stated, so as the ruler is the people. And that's why when you go outside, you can sense a negative shift out here within the world. Verse 6. So the Most High has pronounced a curse on the earth. Its people are paying for what they have done. Fewer and fewer remain alive. The grapevines wither and wine is becoming scarce. Everyone who was once happy is now sad. And boy, are we realizing that nowadays, where social media has become the new coping mechanism, like a release therapy where these people like crying all in front of the camera and complaining about their personal financial situations. And again, if these people are so-called happy or partying out here, you best believe that they are forcing it. And a lot of times these people are high as hell, which is another coping mechanism where they're trying to escape reality. So again, everyone who was once happy is now sad. And this is definitely the burden of Egypt. Like all that pressure, anxiety, depression is all weighing down upon these Americans' shoulders. And now they are getting slapped with harsh reality, which are nothing but divine judgments of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. From these people financially struggling, losing their jobs, getting evicted, and becoming homeless. So all the merry-hearted, they do sigh. And it says, and the joyful music of their harps and drums has ceased. And that's because the mirth within this American society is totally being depleted on a daily basis. Verse 9, there is no more happy singing over wine. No one enjoys its taste anymore. And the foundations of the earth are so out of course. Like even alcohol drinks are not hitting like they once did. Like even wine within this setup has lost its value. And that vibration alone is causing more people to be more depressed or more anxious. And they're trying to cope with another false reality and to escape the new harsh reality. Like to the point where people are now just giving up within this thing that we call life. And that takes me to Ecclesiastes 12 verse 4. And the doors should be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, which goes into the American workforce. Like more jobs are being outsourced or displaced by AI. And that factor alone is causing more people to be stressed out. And to be overly stressed can definitely take somebody out. And he should rise up at the voice of the bird. And that's going into these alarm clocks. And all the daughters of music should be brought low. Which reroutes me back into the title of this lesson, how the club culture within America is dead. Because the daughters of music, that's another form or aspect of entertainment. Because when you go into these lounges or nightclubs, we'll be playing music. And a lot of people, especially the ones that have sense, are not trying to hear modern rap music. Like if they do go, they want to hear music back within the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and also the 2000s. So the days of the traditional nightlife or clubbing is all coming to an abrupt end. And where nowadays, more people are inclined to just stay at home, invite friends or family members over, and just have a home-based social gathering like that. Rather than be in a club where everybody's staring at one another, all in their phones, not socializing or mingling, not dancing, or being around superficial females being all glued to their phones, like no one genuinely enjoying the moment, or trying to vibe out to horrible music playing, and definitely not seeing so-called men to be on stage, all in their phones and texting with women purses, as you saw at the beginning of this video. So all of this is just another sign of our time that a thing that was once considered great within America, like this club culture, is fading away. And that's because the fashion of this world is passing away. So with that, hopefully you all was edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.